is it with baseball players having the quirkiest names? It's just one of those things. In reality, a lot of the time they usually derive from some type of nickname. It may not always be their legal name, but nonetheless, they're fun to take a look at. So let's take a crack at finding the best baseball names up until the year 1980. I think there are too many names to go through all the way from the 1800s to present day, so I will look at the names from the 1800s up to 1980, and I decided a bracket was the best way to do this. I actually had to cut down the names that made the bracket. I had close to 80 and could only really make a bracket of 64, so I just tossed them all in alphabetical order to the end of the alphabet, guys. I'm sorry, but I did list them as honorable mentions. Alright, so I'm just going to go through these, not pre-planned, and just give my authentic thoughts and reactions. Stick around to the end to see who is the baseball name king. Alright, here we go. Starting on the left side. Alamazoo Jennings and Augie Berjamo. Alfred Gordon Jennings and August Samuel Berjamo. I like Alamazoo. That's a pretty crazy cool name. Alright, Babe Ruth and Bill Goodenough. William Goodenough's real name, George Herman Ruth. Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth. I'm going to go with Babe Ruth. It's just a classic baseball name, of course. Blondie Purcell and Blue Moon Odom. William Aloysius Purcell and Johnny Lee Odom. Blue Moon Odom. I think that's funnier. I think I'll probably end up going with most of the funny ones. So we have Boiler Yard Clark and Boog Powell, which is William Joines Boiler Yard. Which is crazy. John Wesley Powell, Boiler Yard Clark. I think that's really funny. So Brooks Robinson and Buttercup Dickerson. Louis Pisano Dickerson, Brooks Calvert Robertson. I just think that's a good nickname for a baseball player. So we have Candy Cummings and Cannonball Titcomb, which is Liddell Titcomb and William Arthur Cummings. Oof, Candy Cummings sounds a lot like a porn star name. Cannonball is just, that's what's getting me. That's just really good. Maybe some of you guys would have picked Candy Cummings in this case, but I just like Cannonball. So we have Carlton Molesworth. That sounds a lot like, to me, it's like a virgin librarian or something. Not a baseball player. And then you have Catfish Hunter, which is obviously not his real name. It is James Augustus Hunter. But Carlton Molesworth, that's his real name. I think I'm just going to go Carlton Molesworth for the laugh. Carlton Molesworth. Yes. Are you returning this book you read? Did you enjoy it? Okay, moving on. So we have Connie Mack and Count Kempow, which is Cornelius McGillicuddy. You could just use that. You don't need to use Connie Mack. Cornelius McGillicuddy is a killer name. And you have Count Campow, Count Campu, which sounds like a Star Wars name, which is Charles Columbus Campow. Sorry if I keep effing that up. I like Connie Mack. Sounds very baseball-esque. And his real name is sick. So you have Cozy Dolan and Cupid Childs, or Childs. If you're a fan of Tyler Childers, the country guy, that's how he pronounces his last name is Childers. It's Clarence Lumel Childs, or Childs, and Cozy Dolan. Cozy Dolan. Yeah, Cozy Dolan's good. So we have Cy Young and Dick Pole. I'm not sure if people know that. Cy Young's real name is Denton Young. Denton True Young. That's his full name. And Dick Pole's real name is Dick Pole. And as legendary as Cy Young is, I think I still like Dick Pole. For obvious reasons. Then we have Duke Snyder and Enos Slaughter. Edwin Donald Snyder and Enos Bradshaw Slaughter. Coolest name ever. That guy probably hits 500, steals 700 bags. Not sure if that's true at all, but we'll go with it for the lore. We have Fatty Briotti and Foghorn Bradley. Crazy combination names. Charles Briotti and George Bradley. Foghorn, just cool nickname, funny, stupid, good. Hal Newhouser and Harmon Killebrew, which is both their real names. Harold Newhouser, it is. I think I like Harmon Killebrew. Harmon is a cool name to begin with. So we have Heine Manouche, which is Henry Emmett Manouche and Herb Score. Herbert Jude Score, Henry Emmett Manouche. Heine Manouche for the Heine. High Lad, which is just what even is High Lad as a name, which is actually Arthur Clifford Ladd, L-A-D-D. And we have James Leslie Vaughn for Hippo Vaughn. I'll probably go with High Lad, just because it's kind of stupid and funny. I like it. Jack Glasscock and John Malarkey. Jack Glasscock is John Wesley Glasscock, and John Malarkey is just John Malarkey. He's full of malarkey. John Malarkey, I don't want that to be slept on, but Jack Glasscock is definitely kind of funnier, in my opinion. Okay, moving over to the right side. We got Johnny Bench and Johnny Dickshot, double Johnny. We got John Oscar Dickshot and Johnny Bench, which is Johnny Bench's real name. So, as famous as Johnny Bench is, Johnny Dickshot, come on now. I think he was on the thumbnail, so he's got to go in there for me. Excel was being annoying. Johnny Dickshot it is. So we have Lefty Grove and Live Oak Taylor. Lefty Grove, that's his real name. And Live Oak Taylor is George Edward Taylor. As much as I like Live Oak and the silliness of that, Lefty Grove to me is still probably a better baseball name, and it's very good. So we have Louis Sokolexis, real name, Louis Francis Sokolexis. Sokolexis. This is a tricky one because Sokolexis is absurd, just so insane as a last name. Never heard of it. I like it. Mickey Mantle, though. Mickey Mantle for legendary status. So then we have Moxie Hangel, and Mordecai Three Finger Brown. So Moxie Hangel's real name is Emery Hangel, and Mordecai Three Finger Brown, his real name is Mordecai Brown. So the three finger part is a nickname. But Mordecai Three Finger Brown is so funny. Again, just copy and paste them in there, Excel, being a pain. So we have Nolan Ryan and Niles Nyman. Niles Nyman? I think that's how you would say it. So we have Lynn Nolan Ryan Jr. I think Nolan Ryan's middle name was Nolan, and his first name is Lynn. I like the alliteration in Niles Nyman. Obviously, I'm editing this after I did the live reaction and picking the names, but I did sit here for a little bit and think about this one. Obviously, I don't want to have you guys sit here in silence. But Niles Nyman it is. Oh, nothing like a little Old Haas Radborn for you. And Orator Schaefer. Old Haas Radborn, Charles Gardner Radborn, George Schaefer. I don't know how you get Orator from George. Maybe someone knows. Old Haas Radborn. I think it's Old Haas Radborn just because it's Old Haas. Pee Wee Reese. Harold Peter Henry Reese. And then we have Phenomenal Smith, which actually is John Francis Smith. I think Pee Wee Reese is just ridiculous. Like, if you watch him come up to the plate, like, during a broadcast, and, like, just that's what pops up is Pee Wee Reese. I could just see that being awesome and funny. Pumpsy Green, Elijah Jerry Green, and Puddinhead Jones. So Puddinhead Jones, which is Willie Jones. He definitely got that nickname from something goofy. Puddinhead Jones it is. We have Pussy Tibu. Like, don't get me started on this one. Which is Charles Tibu. And then we have Rabbit Marinville, which was Walter James Vincent Marinville. Pussy Tibu, just for the banter. Yep, going in there, buddy. Next up, we have Red Woodhead and Rogers Hornsby, which is really James Woodhead and Rogers Hornsby. Yeah, that's his real name. I just think Rogers Hornsby is a killer name. Sandy Koufax and Satchel Paige. Sandy Koufax is his real name, and Leroy Robert Page is his Satchel Paige's real name. I think Sandy Koufax. So we have Scrappy Carroll and Shadow Poyle. Scrappy Carroll, which is Johnny Carroll, and Shadow Poyle. I like Scrappy Carroll in this case. Next we have Shorty Fuller and Stump Weidman. Shorty Fuller's real name is William Benjamin Fuller, and Stump Weidman is George Edward Weidman. Shorty, shortstop. Just, I don't know, just feel like he could be a good little second baseman or shortstop that's like small. Maybe that's what he was. I don't think that's, I don't even know. Just spitballing. Shorty Fuller. Okay, then we have Sugarcane and Trick McSorley. Dude. So we have Merritt Patrick Kane and John Bernard McSorley. Sugarcane. Nonsense nature of it. We have Tug Arundel and Turkey Stearns. Tug Arundel was John Thomas Arundel, and Turkey Stearns was Norman Thomas Stearns. Oh, man. Turkey Stearns it is for me, I think. Silly. Ty Cobb and Urban Shocker. Ty Cobb, real name, Georgia Peach. And Urban James Shocker. Ty Cobb, I think. You could just see that base in that picture. I'm not even looking at the picture right now because I'm doing this. I'm going to flash it on screen probably, but look at it. You know it. It's Ty Cobb. All right, moving right along. We are in the next round. We have Alamazoo Jennings and Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth, legendary, just for the legendary status. He could get pretty far in this, I think. It's hard to go against Babe Ruth, dude. We have Blue Moon Odom and Boiler Yard Clark. I'm thinking with a Boiler Yard Clark. I just love it. Buttercup Dickerson and Cannonball Titcomb. Buttercup, come on now. Carlton Molesworth, the librarian, and Connie Mack. It's the end of the road for you, Carlton. I do like that name, but I think Connie Mack's a better baseball name. We have Cozy Dolan and Dick Pole. Come on, guys. We have Enos Slaughter and Foghorn Bradley. Slaughter, he's just nasty at baseball, you know it. We have Harmon Killebrew and Heine Manouche. Another one I sat here for a little bit. Probably Harmon Killebrew. Just don't come across names like that too often. Heine's a nickname. Hi Lad and Jack Glasscock. Jack Glasscock. Okay. Moving on to the right side. We got Johnny Dickshot and Lefty Grove. Johnny D, how are ye? Oh, hashtag ref. Nice. Thanks, XL. We have Mickey Mantle versus Mordecai 3 Finger Brown. I don't know. I just feel like I need to go with Mordecai. Even Mordecai Brown is like, Mordecai is a great name. So then we have Niles Nyman, or Niles Niman, or however you want to say it. And Old Hoss Radborn. For me, it's just Old Hoss. Old Hoss. It's just good. Pee Wee Reese and Puddinhead Jones. Thinking Pee Wee Reese. Pee Wee Reese. Like, it's great. Pussy Tabio, and Rogers Hornsby. We're going to give some credit to Rogers Hornsby because that is his real name over Pussy Tabio. So then we have Sandy Koufax and Scrappy Carroll. Scrappy Carroll probably would have gone further in this competition and matched up against someone else, but Sandy Koufax is killer. Shorty Fuller versus Sugar Cane. Shorty Fuller. Shorty. I think it's the first name Shorty for me. Then we have Turkey Stearns and Ty Cobb. Gonna have Ty Cobb advance. Okay, coming down to the wire here. We're gonna go back to that left side. It's gonna get crazy in here. Babe Ruth and Boiler Yard Clark. Probably Babe Ruth. You guys can disagree. That's the one name that like every person that even knows what baseball is knows Babe Ruth. So it is going down as one of the best names. We have Buttercup Dickerson and Connie Mack. Buttercup Dickerson. Come on, brother. Yeah, I like that. Dick Pole and Eno Slaughter. I love Dick Pole, but this name, dude, that could win. It's just such a good name. We have Harmon Killebrew and Jack Glasscock. Oh, man. I think it's the end of the road for Harmon Killebrew. So good. Don't take it as I don't like him. His name is sick. Jack Glasscock is just so funny. It's just kind of making me smirk. All right, moving over to the right side. Again, with Johnny Dickshot and Mordecai 3 Finger Brown. I think everyone loves Johnny D. Oh my goodness. Come on, brother. Johnny D is in there. How are you? Tricky one here. Old Hoss Radborn and Pee Wee Reese. Guys, I don't know. Old Hoss Radborn and Pee Wee Reese. Feels like a huge power hitter and then like a little scrappy short player in my mind. I think Old Hoss. Just because it's Old Hoss. Pee Wee Reese, great name too. I'm sorry. We got Rogers Hornsby and Sandy Koufax. Lovely names, but Sandy Koufax, I still have a thing for that. He's just legend. Then we have Shorty Fuller and Turkey Stearns. Shorty Fuller. All right. We are coming down to the wire, people. Oh, and here are my honorable mentions. Van Lingle Mungo, he would have made waves. Vinegar Bend Mizell. Whitey Ford. Wild Bill Widener. Willie Mays, Willie Stargell, Yogi Berra. So we have Babe Ruth and Buttercup Dickerson. Babe Ruth again. Dude, Babe Ruth. That's a nickname. I know it is, but it's just Babe Ruth. Eno Slaughter and Jack Glasscock. I got Slaughter again. Coolest name ever. Look at where we are. Zooming out. So now we have Johnny Dickshot and Old Hoss Radborn. Johnny D. Johnny D shot. There's so many things you can do with that nickname. Sandy Koufax and Shorty Fuller. Sandy. All right, we have made our way to the final four. We have Babe Ruth, Johnny Dickshot, Eno Slaughter, and Sandy Koufax. All right, so with Babe Ruth and Eno Slaughter. He just sounds like he's so good at baseball. We know Babe Ruth is pretty good at baseball, maybe. Guys, I can't knock Babe Ruth. I just can't. And then we have Sandy Koufax and Johnny Dickshot. The uniqueness points goes to Sandy Koufax. Funny points goes to Johnny Dickshot. I think it's probably Sandy. Oh my gosh, the championship. Here it is. The moment you've been waiting for. The final countdown. Sandy Koufax and Babe Ruth. I feel like I'm pretty happy that these are the two last names. We kind of weeded out some of the goofiness, even though like that's the type I like. But these are really legendary baseball names, so I could be pretty proud of these two being the finalists. I think I gotta lean towards Babe Ruth. I mean, I just have to. I mean, it is like the best baseball name ever. George Herman Ruth, Babe. All right, so we have crowned a champion, and it is Babe Ruth. If you made it all the way to the end, drop a comment. I think when I get to 1,000 subs, I'll do a giveaway, and your name will get thrown in there more than once, possibly. This may not have been the most edited video and most visually intriguing, but I thought it was a funny concept. And if you stuck along, thank you, and good for you. And let me know if you agree or not. So yeah, that's that.